guys. Let's see what this doctor has to say about chronic fatigue. Two words, I'll sum all that up. Stress kills. Stress kills. There are a lot of people in today's world that are operating under extreme stress. I think that the way that society is designed, it's challenging not to be stressed. I don't care if you're a line cook or a pediatrician, or professional race car driver, F1 driver, NASCAR driver. Stress seems to be ingrained in everyday life for adults as well as kids, as he partly highlighted on. There's some kids out there with some stories to tell. 12-year-olds that have seen more than 20-year-olds. And that's unfortunate. But as I said, stress kills. I believe that chronic stress leads to chronic fatigue. And you can take this guy's words, because I'm no medical professional in any sense of the word. I'm just someone who considers myself to be, in some part, a student of life. So get outside and touch grass. I think that's a common phrase nowadays. The relieving or even healing properties to being in nature, taking a walk in the park, taking a walk at the beach, taking a walk in the mountains. It may seem like a waste of time, but it can prevent or help to prevent this weird state that he mentioned that sometimes happens to our nervous systems. These are the types of things that an evening with Netflix and a bucket of ice cream may not fix. When one is putting 40 plus hours into a place that he or she doesn't even believe in, that he or she may hate being at, so on and so forth. I think that part of the way that we're taught is to have grit, to bear difficulty, to bear adversity. And I think a part of that is a natural part of life. But I also believe that recreation is also a natural part of life and necessary. And that's the part that's not presented to us as often. We're not typically told to go out and enjoy ourselves unless it's tied to fattening someone else's pocket. That's what I'm just thinking of, going to the bar. Like, yeah, go out, drink as much as you want. Make these corporations richer than they already are. Now, I'm not saying that anything's wrong with drinking. I'm not saying that anything's wrong with going to the bar. But I am saying that taking a trip to the beach is worthwhile for you, for your family. Maybe you're married looking at this. Maybe you have some kids looking at this. Maybe you have neither nor, but it's still worth it. I guarantee it. I mean, depending on which beach you're going to. Some beaches, I don't know, maybe you may be asking for trouble going to certain beaches, getting in some dirty water. Nobody wants that. Nobody wants that. I promise you. Only a madman or a mad woman would want to go to a dirty beach. So, I think another important component is knowing what you like and knowing what you dislike. You could be in the wrong profession, or you could be in the wrong social group. There's so many facets to life. I'm trying to touch on different things that could cause someone to have a nervous system that's out of whack, trying to cast a wide net. All the time it's not a job. All the time it's not school. It could be where you live, your housing. Do you like where you live? Do you like the individuals that you're around on a regular basis? Because these are the things that could stress you out. Even if there's little to no drama. Even with little to no drama, some people just have a way of rubbing us the wrong way. I'm not saying that that's right, but I think some people out there know what I'm saying. Like, man, like, how come every time he clock in, he gotta be so loud? He gotta announce himself. You know, sometimes people be hating, you know, like, man, how come he's always in a good mood? I'm not talking about that. But I'm talking about the loud, expressive person who has a minor complaint and has to, for some reason, share that to everyone around him. Like, bro, like, I don't care that the market ran out of turkeys and you weren't able to get one and you had to drive to the next nearest store. You know, some people are more than willing to share their inconveniences to just, seems like, to put that burden on the next person, on the next man. And it's just unnecessary. It's just unnecessary. So I'm encouraging you to think. Maybe I didn't touch on what may be stressing you, because it could be anything. But I think it's a shame to live a life that's just downtrodden and, you know, walking around feeling beat up and beat down, powerless. It's draining. It even drains me to talk about that. You don't have to live that way. That's one of the main things that I'm getting at. You don't have to have that ugliness within you or around you. It can be changed. It may be difficult to change, but it can be changed. You're not powerless. You're not weak. You're not just under the thumb of society. Now, I think I've said enough. So if you like this content, go ahead, like and subscribe. Go ahead and hit that hype this up. More people could benefit from saying this. And I'll see you guys next time. Peace.